Hey y'all, hi. It is I, Hannah Louise Poston. Just wait until you hear about the video that I have planned for us today. You know, a large part of my job is I make these videos about fashion ideas, and then I have to find images of people wearing clothes to illustrate the essayistic video concepts that I come up with. So I have a robust practice of saving images of people wearing great outfits. I primarily use Pinterest to do this. And usually when I'm searching for images, I'm looking for specifics. I'm looking for outfits to illustrate a specific point because I'm trying to put together the imagery for a specific video. But along the way, I'm always coming across stunning images of stunning people wearing stunning outfits that I don't have a use for in that moment, but I still want to save in case I can use them for a future video. So I have a whole secret board on Pinterest that's just a huge pile of amazing images. And I decided today to just go through it and show you some of the pictures and talk about why they're great. I haven't even pre-selected them. We are going to be just doing this instinctively. We are going to flow, and it is just going to be a hangout and a kiki and just like a general joy generator, I think, because that is what I get from these pictures. And I also think there will be a lot of takeaways, a lot of inspiration, hopefully, and ideas for things that you can possibly do with your own clothes. Let's get right into the meat of the video. I am also Hannah. I also am a published poet. I'll link my book down below. Subscribe. You know, I don't really care about all of that right now. I just want to do what we're here to do. So let's start with this. With every picture, it's gonna be like, well, I saved it because it's stunning, right? I saved it because it's stunning, but there are some specific interests of mine at play in this outfit. Sheer clothing, sheer on sheer. I think this is a lovely example of how to wear sheer clothing in kind of an elevated way, in a way that works for people of many ages, for example. Like it's really sophisticated, elegant, and yet shockingly sheer. And I'm not sure what's going on because she's sitting down. You can't really see what's going on under it. Maybe some boy shorts could make it work, or maybe there's a slip that's hiked up. Maybe when she's standing up, the top is long enough that it comes down to like mid-thigh, and so it covers up what would otherwise only be covered by underwear. But the beautiful thing about this picture is that it doesn't really matter because of how she's posed. And so we just get the glory of this sheer outfit. And it's also two levels of sheerness, right? The skirt is more sheer than the top, but the top is also sheer. This is also a situation in which the quality of the fabric, which is, you know, the fact that it is not opaque, elevates what would otherwise be a pretty straightforward, kind of organic, minimal outfit and gives it an edge. And I really love that. I love when there's a minimalist outfit or a minimal outfit, aesthetic minimalism, right? It's minimal in terms of color. It is minimal in terms of bells and whistles, but then there is something about it, texture or silhouette wise, that makes it distinctive and makes it really artistically, creatively interesting. And then the fact that it is minimal in those other ways, really simple and streamlined, is what allows those other qualities to actually shine. Because if this clothing were brightly colored, you know what I mean? If it was like a red sheer top, the pink sheer skirt, it wouldn't be pulling it off quite. It would still be beautiful, but it would be so much louder. And so it wouldn't have that delicate, exciting feeling where it feels like there's something just out of your grasp and you're reaching for it. You know what I mean? Like that feeling of singing with balance. To me, it's like the shocking and the demure are playing off of each other, and that's what's making it work so well. All right, I have to take a quick pause to talk about today's video sponsor, which I'm actually really excited to do because for so long I have been wanting to try these legendarily comfortable shoes by VIVAIA. The thing that's hard when you have a high bar for comfortable shoes is finding shoes that actually contribute to your personal style instead of being a compromise. The thing I like most about the Margot flats is this square toe, which is so sculptural, but somehow effortless. Usually a sculptural shoe like this compromises comfort. That's been my experience. But the stretchy material of these flats, it even works for wide feet, and it still has that modern soft square. I really love them with slouchy, oversized pants for a bit of an undone vibe. You know me. But they also work with cropped pants for a sleek, spry vibe. A really unique version of a glove flat, especially if you have wide feet, bunions, or, you know, generally refuse to settle for shoes that confine or pinch or have super hard soles. They are specifically designed to be good for your feet. They have a high rebound pour-on insole and a supportive arch almost like a sneaker. And the heel, this really matters to me. I've had bad experiences in the past. The heel is pillowy and gentle, but holds the foot firmly. So a lot of structural details that make these super sustainable to wear for a long period of time. And they are machine washable, especially useful if you've been wanting white or cream shoes, but you're worried about getting them dirty. All of the same major benefits apply to these beautiful mesh sneakers. They are so cushioned and bouncy. They can be machine washed, so you can easily return them back to their sparkling white state, which adds so much to an outfit. When I got these in the mail and I first put them on, I was walking around the house and I kept turning to Joe and saying, they are just so comfortable. Wow, they are so comfortable. I could not stop saying it. Shoes can truly make or break an outfit, and uncomfortable shoes can ruin your day even if they look good. So I am a big fan of VIVAIA's mission, and it has been such a pleasure to style and wear these two pairs. Okay, back to my Pinterest board. I can already tell my struggle is going to be not talking for too long about each picture. Okay, so this was from the Tumblr account NYC Looks, which I absolutely love. A slightly grungy and effortless outfit. I love a graphic tee with a skirt. I love a graphic tee with a skirt. That's like one of my favorite outfit formulas, quote unquote. Another really amazing thing about this outfit is the relationship between the hem and the socks. And the boots, actually, it's like they're sneakers, but they're boots. And there's just a little slice of skin between the top edge of the sock and the bottom hem of the skirt. And there's just a little slice of sock between the top edge of the boot and the skin. So the whole thing looks so casual and soft around the edges, but the proportions have actually been considered very carefully. And that speaks volumes to me, right? I love a picture of someone wearing clothes that way. This is stunning and very obviously from an actual fashion show. I think this is like fashion shoot imagery. So there's so much to talk about here. One is exposed socks with sneakers. Another is socks and sneakers with a skirt, similar to the image we just saw. Another is the tight top. So we recently talked about starting an outfit. In a video about 2 outfit formulas that you can use easily, I talked about the outfit formula where you just start with a tight top and then you build from there, usually with a voluminous skirt or something, or a voluminous pants, and then what did I say? Casual shoes and groomed, tidy hair. And this outfit checks all of those boxes. So that's another reason I'm sure why I was drawn to it and why I saved it. Really quirky, but in balance. Okay, are you kidding? So there's so much to say about this. I think the way to sum it all up is to point out that if it wasn't for the skirt, if it was just a pair of like ragged, skinny jeans or cargo pants, then I would think this was skillfully done still because of the layering of the top with all of the stuff around the neck and the hoodie and the shirt. I would still think it was skillfully done, but it wouldn't be distinctive in that way that makes me want to save it to one of my Pinterest boards, you know? But because it's a skirt, and it's like the skirt version of cargo pants, right? It seems like a really rugged material. It's this mucky brown color, but it's so dramatic and it goes all the way to the ground. You can't even see the shoes on this outfit because the skirt is so long. And it just transforms this into something with such a strong point of view. So I'm really interested in outfits that do that, right? Where everything seems like a pretty normal, quote unquote, choice, sort of a choice that you wouldn't question. And then there's one really strong choice. But again, in this case, the really strong choice of the skirt is only that it is a skirt. It's not that it's like a ball gown style skirt, right? It's not, the skirt itself is not dramatic. It's just the fact that it is a skirt. And I think that would be true. This outfit would have all of that going for it, no matter who was wearing it. It is really amazing. The maxi length of the skirt, I think, is what does it, is what makes it carry the entire thing. So this picture, this stunning picture, which you better believe I immediately clicked through to try to find out where this dress is from and found that it was like a $3,000 dress. So that's going to be a no for me for buying it, but I'm still showing you this picture for multiple reasons. One, this is an example of a 3-bean salad, right? 3 elements to an outfit. It's just the dress, the socks, the blue socks, and the shoes. It's also a 3-bean salad color story, right? A color blocked outfit, this really lovely dusky but strong color in the dress. Again, the bright blue socks and the shoes. It is a beautiful example of offbeat formal wear. You know what I mean? Like, you could totally wear this to a holiday party or an upscale party. I mean, any kind of party, but the stockings make it just a little bit cheeky and a little bit comfortable in that setting, you know? And it's a little bit like, I'm here and I put on my dress, but I am still one with the earth. You know, like that's gonna happen. I will abide by your dress code, but I'm still myself, and I still know that human beings are animals too. And I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's just there's something really special about it to me, you know, and then it's just the dress is beautiful. Let's look at this picture of Tilda Swinton. I love Tilda, and I saved this image. I see a lot of pictures of Tilda Swinton when I'm looking around on Pinterest. I don't save them all because then it would just be Tilda Swinton, all Tilda all the time. I saved this for a couple of reasons. One, butter yellow. My observation has been that butter yellow, which started trending, I think, last summer, is back and better than ever this year. Like, the trend is enduring and getting stronger. I'm really seeing it everywhere right now as we slowly move toward, as the pendulum inches back towards the calf sucking shape, as the pendulum inches back towards spring. That, lest you mistake me, is a reference to another video in which I was really besmirching a Vogue article or some bit of fashion writing, because they had said that the pendulum of denim was inching back towards the calf sucking shape. And I take issue both with the calf sucking shape and with the fact that they said that a pendulum was inching, because a pendulum does what? It swings. It does not inch. It is not the hand of a clock. So Tilda Swinton looks incredible here. She's holding this stunning butter yellow bag, sort of like open and sideways, like it doesn't matter. But also just this very oversized shirt dress that's open from the waist down and over pants. It's all so effortless and yet so composed. It's very spring, very fresh, but without being frilly in any way. There is femininity, but it's really contained within masculinity. Like, the interplay of those two things is really interesting in this outfit. And I also don't wear blue, and I don't really wear butter yellow, even though I did for a video last year. I'll link that. And so when I see something like this and I'm like, wow, I almost want to say I would love to wear that outfit, but I know that I wouldn't because of the colors, and that provokes me. So that's another reason why I saved it. This stunning outfit. So another example of a graphic tee with a skirt, beautiful. And in this case, it's a printed skirt. So it's kind of like a mixed print situation. It's pretty maximalist, this outfit, and the shoes as well, the bag, but it's also well balanced. So especially because I have been quite the aesthetic minimalist for the past few years, as we know, and I am now starting to feel like I'm interested in ruggedness and fraying around the edges. This is also citing my recent video about the way that the fashion trend winds are shifting and what I think it is going to be and what the predictions are. This piques my interest because a graphic tee has that kind of rugged quality, right? And yet it feels effortlessly wearable to me. So this is balanced maximalism, very successful. Everything's piled on and yet it's all kind of singing together. And I don't know, I saved this partly because I could really see myself at some point in the next half a year making a video talking about fashion and needing an image like this to illustrate one of my points. Right? It seems very timely. It seems like it's going to be timely. So I saved it. Another stunning, we won't talk about this for too long because it's pretty straightforward. Just another stunning example of sheer clothes. And I love sheer garments. They have also been trending for a while. I find myself talking about sheer garments from time to time on YouTube. So when I'm browsing and I see a picture that I think would make a good illustration for a discussion of sheer garments and how you can make them work, I save it. And that's why I saved this one. Beautiful. Look at this stunning picture. So this is from a fashion show. When I first saw this, the image is so crisp and clear and sort of symmetrical that I did something that I don't always do and probably not in as much as I should, but I have started doing more frequently. I ran this through a test to see if it was AI generated or even edited, right? AI altered or whatever, because so many images these days have been enhanced. That's what it says on Pinterest. If Pinterest detects it, or if whoever uploaded the image checked the box, it'll say that it's been AI enhanced. It didn't say that on this, but I tested it anyway, and it came back saying that it is not AI enhanced. And then I realized that it is from a fashion show. Like this was a runway look and this was a model on a runway. So it makes sense that the lighting and the photography and everything would have been like the top of the line and it would have come out looking as impeccable as it does. What interests me about this? I partly saved it just because, again, I could see myself making a video sometime in the next year, needing images of people in loose white shirts, people with shirts unbuttoned all the way down to the breastbone, soft tailoring. That's something that I talk about a lot, and this could come up for that. Leather or faux leather pants. Like this is another example of minimalism and maximalism in an interesting balancing act. Black and white dressing. That's another thing that I often talk about. This is a great illustration of so many things. Okay, this image of the model in the purple shirt and brown skirt and pointed mules that are heels, that are slides. This is product photography, I think, for the brand that makes this skirt. I saved this because it is so stunning. Like I could have saved this as inspiration for my house, like the board that I keep that's home decor inspo, because just the painting, the couch, but then the purple, like the color story in this entire photograph is so perfect. But when it comes to talking about outfits, the pop of color and the fact that it's a turtleneck and the single shirt that really brilliant blue-purple turtleneck is providing such a statement, but it's such a simple garment. This is the kind of thing that I talk about a lot, right? And I'm then casting around for images like this. The skirt is also brown, and we know brown is still raging. And this is also a 3-bean salad. The shirt, the skirt, and the shoes. I just wanted to make sure that it didn't slip through my fingers, so I pinned it. This is another really pretty image that I just wanted to make sure it didn't slip through my fingers, but also like what's going on? It's, again, the minimalism and maximalism. Not even maximalism, but interesting and complex minimalism. It's pretty straightforward. You look at this and it's just like, oh, a woman in a black sweater. But look at those earrings. If you were to meet her in real life, it would be like, whoa, those earrings are such a statement. And they stand out even more against the simplicity of the top half of this entire outfit and all of the styling. Then what is she wearing? The skirt or pants or whatever? It's basically just like very, very loose lace, like loose textured lace or something. I feel like I see this and I feel provoked because it's an example of some of the dials being turned all the way down and others of the dials being turned all the way up. The dials of the qualities of texture and size and color and silhouette, you know. Okay, I saved this stunning image from a runway show for reasons that are probably obvious, right? It is the most beautiful dress you've ever seen in your life. I love the color and I love to see someone curvy on a runway and to have images in my arsenal for making videos that give us a more realistic sense of the scope of humanity. And they're hard to find, right? So when I come across one like this, I immediately save it. But not if the outfit isn't also stunning, right? Not if there's not some sort of relevance to the fashion concepts that I'm likely to talk about. And in this case, there definitely is. Especially just it's lingerie inspired and the color, everything about this. This like haunts my dreams, this image. All right, this is a stunning example of so many things. So detail, let's talk about the details first. The shoes, right? So pop of color, we've got pop of red or pop of red-orange with the shoes. Even though this bag is also technically kind of a pop of color, it doesn't read like one with this image because there's so much blue in the background. So blue kind of feels like a neutral in this image. I think in reality, walking down the street, we have two pops of color, the blue bag and the shoes. But when I look at this, I really, really see the shoes as the color. These shoes are also very spare, right? Just very, very, it's like that barely there shoe that we've been talking about lately, especially in an outfit where I mean, she's not wearing a jacket or something. So we were looking at some images in another video of someone wearing a bunch of layers and like a jacket on top and then shorts and shoes like this. And that was really interesting. It's not quite that extreme of a situation here, but the shoes are still, the delicacy of them is still, I think, really striking, right? So there's that. The simplicity of just carrying a clutch bag like this, I think is stunning as well. I really love that. It's so effortless and yet it's kind of a strong choice because it's a whole thing to leave the house with only a bag like that. So beautiful. I don't know. It's like the way in which those choices, the shoes and the bag, elevate this shirt and these pants through the stratosphere. And they elevate them from where they might otherwise sit, which is like loungewear. like essentially loungewear. I mean, I could see myself wearing pants like this and a shirt like this as pajamas almost. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to tell the texture of these pants from here, but visually, in terms of shape and color and just vibe, the formality level of the core outfit could clearly go either way, but it could definitely stay at a very low level of formality. But with the simple addition of these shoes, primarily, but also the bag, and maybe some of the jewelry, like earrings, bracelet, the outfit is the best one you'll see that day. You know what I mean? And I just don't think we all often think to do that. I feel like we often think, if I'm leaving the house and I'm like trying to be dressed up, I'm like, oh, I want to make a bit of an effort. I want to show up. I want to turn up and turn out, you know? I'm starting from my core garments and I'm like, I need a fancy shirt. I need a statement pant. I need something that is going to really go the distance for me. But there's another way to do it, which is that you just wear your t-shirt and your pants and then you put on a pair of heels that you usually only wear with dresses. And you grab a little clutch bag that you usually just use, I don't know, for your makeup, or that you usually just use as a smaller bag inside of a bigger bag. And you end up looking so elegant. I feel like I've been talking about this image for 10 years, but it deserves it. I have nothing to say about this dress except that I saved it because it's butter yellow. I've been pinning butter yellow. When I see an interesting butter yellow outfit, I save it because who knows how much we're going to be talking about butter yellow this year. But also, this is like a weird dress, right? It looks like it's made out of paper or some sort of shiny structured silk or something. And I don't know, it's a weird image. She's like, it's dark, she's sad, her eyes are reflecting red in the camera flash. Just the kind of thing I like to save. Weird. Okay, here's a picture of a beautiful matching activewear set, which I do love. I will say there are a couple of things about this set that interest me. One, in terms of my own preference for activewear and what I've been thinking about lately. One is that the pants aren't leggings. And I feel like we've been seeing more activewear lately with pants that have that like tight waistband and then are loose. They're boot cut, essentially. And I don't know if I can pull that off. I still am over here wearing leggings, but I'm like the boot cut leggings, right? Like the boot cut activewear bottoms. I want to wear them because I don't know, I feel like they're sassy. I feel like, and I like the idea of something other than leggings because it's been leggings for so long. But I just think that if I put on legging pants like this, I will look like a pumpkin spice latte girl. And I can't look myself in the eye in the mirror. I don't know. What do we think? Maybe in this case, the white stripe, because this is the other reason I saved this. Black outfit with the white stripe all the way down. I love that for activewear, and it's so well executed here. It's really, really good. Oh, there are so many good ones. I'm just going to have to film another video exactly like this, like tomorrow, because there are just too many. I am overwhelmed trying to decide what to talk about. Like, can you even, I'm just going to do some rapid fire, okay? Can you even, with this guy at what looks like work, like a workplace, an office, maybe a school, next to the copy machine, wearing what would be a pretty normcore, like, I don't know, English teacher outfit, kind of casual, except for this plaid pleated skirt on top of it. I am so obsessed with this. I can essentially imagine anyone in the world in this outfit. And I think anyone in the world would look amazing in it. Like, I am currently imagining myself in this outfit. And I'm talking like the hat, the sweatshirt, the collared shirt, the jeans, the sneakers, and the skirt, right? I can imagine myself in it. I look fierce, of course. I can imagine my husband in it immediately. He looks fierce. He looks hot in it. I can imagine Tilda Swinton in it. She looks a little overdressed for Tilda, right? It's like a lot of layers for Tilda, but still she looks great. I can imagine a kid in it. Like, you know what I mean? Like this would be like a great look on a kid. The layers, the quirkiness. I can imagine my dad in it. He would look a lot like this. I can imagine my mom in it. She would be very comfortable, actually. It's just like, come on. I live for this. I said it was going to be rapid fire, and then we started talking about imagining everyone in the world in that outfit. So failed. This outfit is a really beautiful example of a lot of things. Mixed prints, right? Mixing the plaids, the plaid of the gingham of the pants with the plaid of the jacket. It's working so beautifully. A pop of red with a shirt. We've talked about like the power of one singular bright red garment or brightly colored garment. It's not quite the three bean salad, right? Because they're the boots, but they're innocuous enough that I feel like it is sort of a 1, 2, 3 punch. I also feel like there's something going on here about maximalism being pushed pushed far enough that it becomes effortless and then becoming minimal. I don't know. It just looks, it's so much, but it's so effortless. Really good one. I love this outfit right here. I love this image. This to me is like the perfect summer outfit. I don't think that I could wear this top because I sweat so much under the arms. So for me, it's like if the top was black, this looks like both of these pieces look like they could be Ozma actually. It's like the Ozma wrap top and poplin shorts, or the those like loose shorts that they made last year. I don't know if they are, but this is like the kind of clothes that I wear all the time in the spring and summer. For me, the top would have to either be white or black because otherwise big sweat stains would show. But I don't know, the combination of like a long sleeve shirt with shorts is so compelling to me. I really love that. The high-waisted shorts with a cropped shirt, a wrap top, like a tie wrap top is like my favorite silhouette. Deep V is my favorite silhouette. Everything about the outfit is so perfect. I could see this image being the perfect image to illustrate any number of things that I might end up talking about in the fashion space over the course of the coming spring and summer. It's just like, are we going to be talking about shorts at some point? Yes, probably. Are we talking about brown? Are we going to continue talking about brown? Yes, we probably are. Am I going to bring up wrap tops at some point? Yes, I probably am. Are we going to be talking about beige? Yes, we probably are. Are we talking about high waist with the crop top? Yes, we probably are. You know what I mean? So it's just, again, solid gold, this picture. Okay, I have one last one, which is a bit of a heavy hitter for me, and then I've got to stop. And I can't tell whether this video is going to be too short, too long, too rambling, anything, but this is so interesting. So I clicked through to this writer's blog about fashion because of a different image, and I can't remember what the other image was. And there was this blog post about wearing leggings as pants, which is fine. I think in this case, it's not really about that. This is one of the images she used to illustrate the way in which she wears leggings as pants. I think the deployment of leggings as pants is very successful here. One of the ways to effortlessly wear leggings as pants and have them look great is to have a long, like an oversized duster or coat that goes down past your knees and to wear it over top. It was a perfect formula for that. But visually, these might as well just be like skinny pants or cigarette silhouette pants or something. The fact that they're leggings is sort of immaterial here. The thing that really interests me about this is this. It's like the balance of all of the things. So cotton leggings, a plain white cotton t-shirt, a belt, a vintage brocade duster thrown over it all, and flip-flops, which it's so DIY, you know what I mean? Like there's a simplicity, right? It's all the simplicity there, but the duster is so distinctive and the texture of it is so opulent that is very clearly a decision being made by somebody who is paying attention to fashion and making choices. And that sheds a light on all of the other choices, even the very simple choices like the flip-flops, the t-shirt, and the leggings. And then this big red brooch, I think that the blog post said that it was from Etsy. It's again, so opulent, so elaborate, and so extra because it was clearly just added as only adornment, which is something I've talked about before, being kind of resistant to. But in this case, again, it's like it pushes the outfit over the edge and it makes it an artistic statement. And it makes you go like, oh, this is a person who makes an interesting choice every single day. And so I look at it and it sort of gives me that feeling. Again, it's that elusive feeling of something sort of just out of touch that you're reaching for. That's really, really on the ball, like really, really intelligent and alluring, and that there's something, a sensitivity, an artistic sensitivity that's there. It gives me that feeling. And it does that even though the base outfit is just a t-shirt, leggings, and flip-flops, which is the most basic thing you could possibly think of for this time of year that we're seeing in the picture. So that to me, it's like a swing and a hit. Like a big swing has been taken and she's hit it out of the park. And I feel like I have something to learn about how that was done here. And it has something to do with this opulent vintage piece. It has something to do with mixing formality levels. It has something to do with taking a big swing, with extraneous adornment, with not trying too hard, with messiness. You know, it has something to do with all these things that really interest me right now. So a classic example of something that I would pin because my interest is piqued and I want to save it, but without knowing exactly what I'll use it to illustrate in a future video. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. Should I do this again? I have like 1,000 more images that I didn't get to share with you. And I felt like I was a little bit directionless at the beginning in terms of how to present the material, but by the end, I feel like I got a little bit more clarity. So that bodes well for next time. But let me know. Again, subscribe if you like it. Again, don't forget to check out my book and my Patreon. I have a Patreon page and it only costs $1. The dollar is like the lowest bar. So you can join for only $1 a month. You could, pledge more if you want to, but you only need $1 a month to do it. And I have a podcast that we release every week. So check it out if you're interested. And do I have anything else to say? If you've made it to the end, Julia Friedal's Compassion Immersion is coming up. I've been trying to remember to remind you. I have enrolled. I'm going to be taking it for the 3rd time in my life. It's been maybe 4 years since I took it last. And Julia has said that she's evolved the course material a little bit to kind of account for the specific nature of the troubled times through which we are now living. So I'm really looking forward to being there. So consider joining me. I'll put the link for that in the description box down below. Thank you again for watching. And don't forget, no matter what, to take extra good care of yourself.